What was it like to work with Bret Hart, and do you think he quit the business after what happened to Owen?
I'll answer first. Bret was a hell of a worker, but I'll tell you one thing. He called me and sang Ox Baker. He was stiffer than to, kick our heads off and do what he did, but we had great matches with him, and me and Sag never complained about that. And I don't think it was because of his brother. He went through a lot of other stuff, in the business when Vince, did that little swerve to him up there and
took the belt.
Yeah, and then he hit his head.
Whoa, hold on. What do you mean when Vince did that little swerve to him? When you got somebody, what if you're running a company and you say, okay, Sags, we want you to drop the belt tonight because it's part of our storyline. We want you to drop it at the pay-per-view because tomorrow night when we go live on TV, we're going to have 10 times the audience. What if one of your employees that you're paying to go out and wrestle goes, no, I'm not doing it?
I'll fire him.
Yeah.
And they're stiff about it, and they're not going to do the job. Then you get somebody that's a whiz-erker like Shawn Michaels,
Will do anything.
I guess.
Right.
And just hooks Brennan or whatever he does and gets a quick count. I mean, what do you mean when Vince pulled the swerve?
Hold on, Hootie. I'm gonna really get stiff with you now, man. You're gonna get really mad at me. You're kind of being like, double-edged sword here because you threw a fit when you first came to Vince. You threw a fit the first night saying, if I don't get the strap, I'm out of here.
When?
The very first night.
Oh, that's because I left Vern.
But still, it'd be the same way. I mean, the Iron Sheik had the strap, and he didn't want to give it up. And in Madison Square Garden, 1983,
and Vern called Sheik to break your legs, but he didn't.
$10,000, and then hold on, Senior had second reservations about giving the brand new guy from Vern territory, the infamous green New York City. Boy, Knobs like, man, Bubba is being a dick right now.
I'm just smiling. I want to hear what he has to say.
Yeah, see, Knobs,
you never pulled any of them power plays, brother.
Hold on.
No, I was cool. I said, hey, bro, sometimes you got to do what's best for the promoter.
Don't you come in
if
here.
they don't get it, you got to lead them to the water and make them drink.
Don't come in here with the woes me. When the boss calls the shot, you got to go with the deal.
No kidding, ain't
it's
that the
business. Bullcrap. Because you went back and said, let me tell you something, my friend. Either you let me have the strap here tonight at Madison Square Garden, bitch, or I'm going back there. You did the Hogan hold up. You did the Hogan.
No, it wasn't a hold up. I was just going with the deal we made.
Well, I know. I'm
That's
just
what
saying.
we agreed on.
What if Vince made that deal with Bret and then switched it?
Yeah,
so
you don't
what
know
about that?
Yeah, I mean, what if it was a switcheroo on Bret? I mean, Bret's at that time, Bret is, and it's in his home country.
I'll say exactly what I'd tell Bret, just like Vince told Bret. That's what you thought you heard, Bret. So I'm not going to do a job anywhere in the United States of America
we didn't
because
say that.
I'm from America. So
nobody said that.
Nobody said
so
that.
Bret says I'm not doing a job in Canada.
Well, did you hear that story from Vince?
Yeah, you're drinking the Vince Kool-Aid again. You're drinking the Vince Kool-Aid again.
Well, you gotta respect Vince for how well he protects his product.
Man, Vince,
I mean, you gotta respect the guy for that.
He bought all the companies up. He's the man, brother.
Vince is the man.
He is the man.
End all be all. He's why you guys are standing here right now. Even
exactly.
But Hogan gets in here and tries to act all high and mighty. That bitch has stood more people up than anybody. I love him to death. Don't
I
get mad
stood
at me.
nobody up.
The Hogan hold up. Ain't gonna happen, bro. Ain't working that way, bro.
Don't work for me, brother.